we are getting razzmatazed.
Bruno
Okay, let's go.
Hit the like button.
Exactly. Don't forget it.
Nice.
Hello. Hello. Where is Mick? He's not here. Oh, there he is.
I'm here back from the mental hospital after taking my blood pressure medicine. I'm so gassed up. Maybe I should remove myself. Jarvis, do you have a blue card?
No, I don't have a blue card. I can give you a yellow just to.
I'm back. How are you guys doing? Guys, 4 in a bounce. It wasn't easy. I just did a player rating, and guess who got the man of the match? Yes.
Rasmus.
Red hot Rasmus Hojlund. Guys, how excited are you about today's win? It wasn't easy. Let me hear one by one. I start with you, man of the honor. You've been on talking to Terry Flewis and the brilliant panel over there. What was mood over there? Talk to us, Phil Standish.
Evening, guys. Great to be on the show. Thanks for holding the fort. I absolutely love being on the show, sort of thing. It's great. The game itself, to me, was a vital 3 points. When you look at Luton's, people are saying it's Luton, they've just come up, but when you look at the results that they've had against the top 7 teams in the league this season, I'm saying 7 because that's kind of where we're sitting in that sort of area at the moment. They've lost most of the games, but by 1 goal. And they've scored many goals in those games. So they lost 4-3 against Arsenal, 2-1 against City, 3-2 against Chelsea. They drew 1-1 with Liverpool. They drew 4-0 with Newcastle. They beat Newcastle 1-0. So they've got all these results in the locker. So anybody who thinks that they're going to just walk into Luton and just we took an early start, which was amazing, more than anybody expected. But Luton aren't the sort of team to go, oh, no, we're getting beat 2-0. Let's say it's all over. They just go, okay, yeah, we can bring 2 goals back. We can do this. And they've got such a belief, such a desire to not switch off. And the manager's got them so well drilled, playing so well and believing in themselves. It just, from the 14th minute when they scored, our backs were against the wall, it's fair to say, until about the 75th minute, when we started to get a bit of composure back. But until then, and we could have scored more. We could have been out of sight, absolutely. Again, an other opportunity to score throughout the game. I think there was a lot of poor decisions today off certain players, which I'm sure we'll come to later on. But Garnacho being one of them, Bruno, and they're the main 2 for me. But Garnacho was weak for me today. He put himself in good positions, apart from that one great save that the keeper made against Garnacho. And let's not forget. A lot, is it Lukonga or
Lukonga? He was immense.
He was immense, and their goalkeeper as well. Any of them 2 could have got good player of the match, and that says it all when you look back at it. Really, we didn't have as bad a game as it came across, but same we've said so many times: if we don't take our chances, we can lose these games, and we didn't today.
Right. No, I 100% agree what you're saying there. Feel like Kaminsky, I think we had 3 counter opportunities. Kaminsky blocked it all the way. We had Garnacho was free against him. Bruno was free against him. Rasmus was free against him. He blocked it. He saved it. And I said it in my man of the match voting as well. If there's a centre back we should look at, it's definitely Lukonga. I really love to see Lukonga. And by the way, Ted and Mengi, he was a little bit dirty, wasn't he? Yeah, I would save. I'll go to you, Mark. I mean, do you agree what Phil was saying? How was your blood pressure? How was your blood pressure after we conceded the first goal? And do you you're the most positive?
I mean, I'm usually the most positive guy, but today I was pretty unhappy. Like, I mean, we got the 3 points. I would have to say that's 100% the goal of today. Getting the 3 points was good. This we scored 2 goals early was more than I was expecting. To be fair, I was actually hoping for a big scoreline, but I didn't expect it to score so quickly. I thought we would kick on in the game and probably had 3-4 goals up by halftime. You know, Brighton was already on the ropes. I felt like some of the players made a lot of bad decisions. I wouldn't really blame Bruno too much in the midfield today. I mean, he made some bad passes and stuff, but the real problem for me today was Marcus Rashford. It was like he didn't know what to do at any point in the game, in my opinion. Like, he got the ball, he ran. Stop, the player comes, he runs into the player, lose the ball. He's not even challenging for properly in the air. He might as well not challenge for the ball in the air and wait for it to come down, because he's just jumping with either his back turned or he's closing his eyes. He's jumping at the player rather than for the ball. It's crazy. And I feel like there's so many chances in this game where rather than vent frustration, he could have, get the ball or make a better pass. The same with Garnacho and Bruno as well. I think Garnacho and Rashford should have both been substituted at the end of the first half. I think Garnacho is getting into lots of positions, but we've seen it game after game for the last 3 games where he just does not pass the ball. He's going for a shot every single time, and his decision making is far from being considerable in the last 2-3 games. He got that goal last game, but today, I think after that shot went in off of Hojlund's chest, he was like, I have to score today. And there were so many times, even when he got the one-on-ones, he could have passed to Hojlund to get his hat-trick. He could have passed to Bruno in the second time. And each time he took his chance.
I think both Garnacho and what you said, Rashford was wasteful, and they both wanted to be the heroes to score. If you look at first half, Jarvis, we could have been up with 3-1 at least. Big up for everyone that's coming in here in the VR, and please don't forget to hit that like button. Please hit that like. We are 4 in about. I want to get to you, Jarvis. There's so many questions that we need to unbox today, Jarvis. First half, 2-0 up, quick start off the block, like Arsenal, like pedal to the metal. I was looking, wow, this is looking so ununited. But what happened then? It's the classic of what you're saying. It's the distance between the midfield, the attack, and the defense. Talk to us, Jarvis, from your critical eyes. I mean, this is a win, but still, got to talk about some critical elements, Jarvis.
Yeah, you were mentioning a couple of things, but first of all, the pitch. The pitch is Kenilworth Road, 11,483 people spectating the game. It felt like we were playing against Real Madrid on Santiago Bernabeu with a full crowd. And the players, actually, they shit their pants, to be honest. They were so stressed. They weren't. And players can have technique, they can have abilities, passing abilities, physicality, everything. But it doesn't help a bit if you don't have composure. You need to have composure under pressure. And in this team, we have a big problem because we only have one player, and that's Kobe Mainu, who has composure on the ball, because we were playing hot potato today. Every time we had the ball, what to do, and we lost it over and over again.
Is that because Luton pressed so much?
Well,
Luton pressed like Newcastle did earlier in the season against us. Absolutely didn't get a second on the ball.
But we knew they were coming at us with aggression, and they weren't going to give us a centimeter on the pitch, and we knew that it's a small pitch, but we weren't prepared for it, and we don't have a I would say an inbuilt style of play to absorb that kind of pressure, because we have a style of play, and that's counter-attacking football. But when the pressure gets high and we don't have the time to do anything with the ball, we lose it. And I would love us to have more players who can take down the ball, be composed, take down the tempo of the game, play a little bit. It shouldn't be that hard. I can mention one game, the Champions League final between Liverpool and Real Madrid. Liverpool were playing Klopp football, high press, heavy metal football. But when you had people on the midfield with well, who was it on the Real Madrid's midfield?
Modric, Toni Kroos, and Casemiro, I think it was.
Yeah. When they had composure, it didn't help that Henderson and Milner were going in 100, because every time they tried to press Modric, okay, he just took swivel with the ball and passed it to the next man. He was composed, and this is a problem, because we doesn't seem how to solve this. We don't have a solution to this problem for me, but we need more composure, and I think Ten Hag needs to understand games like this. He needs to put on people with composure. We saw when we put on Johnny Evans, something changed in our defense, because he's more composed. He can handle stressful situations. Kobe Mainoo is the same. I would love to see Christian Eriksen on the pitch today, because he's also a composed player, but we didn't. So for me, Ten Hag needs to be a little bit more proactive and understand what type of game we are facing.
But in a way, you're absolutely right, because Kobe Mainoo is the serenity in the storm, right? I agree what you were saying there, guys, that we lost our heads. We started to stress. The pitch is small. Even they asked the question in the Ten Hag's press conference. You remember that, Mark, when the journalist asked the question, and it's like, how do you feel like playing in Kenwood's, what did you call it, Kenilworth Stadium?
Kenilworth Road.
Yeah. It's like, well, is it a smaller pitch? Is it 11 versus 11? But it is, right? 11,000 people. You can hear every single swear word, and I can hear everything in my headsets. You can hear a pin dropping, like you can hear like Rashford, you're a wanker and stuff like that. You can hear and numerous of times you can hear the pundits apologizing for what you heard. But again, it was a hard pitch, and I can hear that a lot of fan channels was also talking about it. To go there to get a result is not easy, right? So pat on the back. On the other hand, that midfield, if you would have put in a Christian Eriksen, you would have lost the physicality, right? So we needed a physicality with Casemiro, Kobe Mainoo to be cool and composed. But the problem is that we were too hot potato, what you said, sloppy possession, Hollywood passes, try to speed things up. What we needed to do, and I think it's a fair assessment, that take off Luke Shaw. It was way too early to put him in. I understand why Ten Hag rushed him back in, because if we were to start without Luke Shaw, we'd be toast on the left-hand side. But to take him off, to put in Iceman Lindelof, who, by the way, didn't do any single mistake, in my opinion, today, was a game changer. And then in the second half, he did switch fast substitutions, taking off Casemiro with Scott McTominay. Maybe a little bit too early to put in Scott McTominay, but to put in Johnny Evans there as well in the midfield instead of Harry Maguire was also what you said. We slowed the game down a little bit. We started to get more of a composure, more taking care of the ball. As you said, it's more experience. Now I want to talk to you about Harry Maguire. All right. Why do you think Ten Hag subbed him out in the first half? Phil?
I mean, he made that mistake, didn't he? I don't know whether he had an injury to his knee, because he went down, he was holding his knee, and then he took a quick free kick, almost like he hadn't composed himself after he'd fell on his knee, because he was still rubbing it, and he seemed to go off shortly after that. So I don't want to do him too much disservice, because I think with Maguire, I think he's having one of his better seasons. He's fought off the criticism. He's come in. He's clearing headers. It's what his game is. He gets good tackles. He puts pressure on the ball. He doesn't let the player move, sort of thing. Obviously, the smaller players can wriggle around him and get past him, sort of thing. But I think I wasn't quite sure why he went. I did feel it was an injury. I know he made that one mistake, but apart from that, I don't know. I think the ball's coming into the box. He had a chance to clear him as much as anybody else. He didn't seem lost in the game, apart from that mistake. So me personally, I don't think he made that many mistakes in it. But maybe somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
How about you, Jarvis? Or Mark?
Yeah. I'm not too sure if I would say it's a mistake, really. I feel like he tried to clear the ball and it came from underneath his boot. And the deflection was unkind, really, to be fair. I feel if you had to blame someone for that goal...
Did he not play the free kick, though? Did he not play a quick free kick?
Yeah, he did.
The free kick that led up to us conceding the goal?
No, no,
that was
no. Sorry,
Oh, the free kick,
when we nearly conceded it, when he played it into their path, and they missed it. That's what I mean. Sorry, mate. No,
I think that was because he injured his knee, and maybe that when he stood on it to play the ball, is that kind of caused him, because like maybe he felt the pain, and instead of going through the ball, he just tapped the ball, so it didn't go where
I
it should
don't
have
buy
gone.
into that. It's your overall vision, and you can see it back in the replay. On the left-hand side, there was Maguire and there was Luke Shaw. Both was subbed out. You could see what Erik Ten Hag did. And I'm sorry to say that, because I think Ten Hag learned from his mistake. And I said it in my match review to say that when the big moments come, when the mentality hits you in the head, right? That was kind of a blind pass. You should have scouted. You should have been cool and composed. But who saved it at the end of the day was Varane, the swept up. And if it wasn't for Varane, it would be, it would be a 2-2.
2-2, yeah.
So I don't know. I haven't had time to see any post-match reaction interview with Ten Hag. What was the reason why he got subbed off, etc., etc. But anyway, guys, I want to hear from your opinion, guys. Everyone that's coming in here, sorry for neglecting you. We have not neglected you. Please, everyone that's in the house, welcome to the after party. We have the honorable Phil Standish. Been a hot minute. We have Jarvis in the corner, ready to swing. We have Mark with a venom, but he's a nurse, like a nurse shark. Manji is here. Big up to panel and the chat. Who else do we have here, guys? Bring it up. Hit the like buttons. Ian McDonald. Rashford did track back. He did win the ball back around our box, and he did try to launch an attack. He broke down, he pressed, and then he just disappeared. Rashi again, awful what Lillis is saying. And there went Phil Standish for some reason. He just didn't press Phil Standish. Jordan Walls, what you saying? Varane has the highest aerial duel win rate in the Premier League this season. I thought Varane was amazing today. If it wasn't for Varane, I say that maturity in the second half to slow things down was heavily due to Varane and Johnny Evans, right? I would say so.
Yeah.
Right.
Mick, I just want to say something about. I didn't get my say on Maguire.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not a big fan of Maguire, but the thing with Maguire is, I think he started out well the first 15 minutes. Everybody did. He was aggressive. We saw him up into the midfield. He was going into attack. He was like today. This was his day.
Yeah,
he was on. He was ready. But I think he lost his confidence because Luke Shaw and Maguire was on the deep end because of the speed of the pace of the Luton winger. And I think they lost their confidence, and they're starting to be defensive in their head. They were backing down all the time, and from that, everything fell apart. And as you mentioned, Mick, you have the mentality of players like Luke Shaw, like Maguire, and we have seen this for season after season. When the heat is on, they let us down, and we could see it today too. They have one plan A, and that is to be aggressive, be good. But as soon as they meet some resistance, everything falls apart. So that's a big problem with those two players. They can't be trusted.
No, it's like that song. The heat is on. Top Gun. The heat is on.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely spot on right there, Jarvis. And if anyone has any objection, because that's why I wanted to get to the point in why did Erik Ten Hag tactically subbed up both Luke Shaw and Maguire? And Jarvis, you nailed it. I think you nailed it. I think you cracked the Da Vinci Code there, because once they were bombing forward on the left-hand flank, the mentality there just broke. Luke Shaw wasn't fit enough to start. Maguire cannot do it. I think it was a smart tactical move from Ten Hag to recognize it, to say, I've seen this movie before. I'm going to make a tweak. I'm going to make a change. And that's, according to my opinion, when I did my, player rating, I gave actually Ten Hag an 8, because he did well today, right? Tactical substitutions. Big up. But anyway, Bruno Fernandes, I know you, Jarvis, some people say you have a Bruno agenda, but you don't. Yeah.
I don't.
Absolutely horrible first half. Horrible, I would say. Nothing gelled, nothing sticked. Missed passes, according to my opinion. I'm just being real. Maybe it was the game that I was watching, but I think that in the second half, he started to come down a bit. And what happened here? We have a celebrity in the house. Whoa,
Hey, what's up,
Papi.
guys?
the originals are back.
Yes.
Full house.
Hey, Papi.
The Fantastic Five. What's up, Phil? Long
The
time. Phil.
Magnificent.
It's good to see you, mate. It's good to see you.
Lovely to see you, especially when it's a win, baby. 3 points. Come on now.
Get in there. All right. Papi, we were just talking about Bruno Fernandes. Maybe you have the honor. What did you see about Bruno's game today? Was it something mediocre? Was he wasteful? Did he, gain a little bit composure in the second half? Talk to us, Pops.
So if it's funny you say that, because it's things that I normally wouldn't attribute to Bruno that I think are commendable in this game. I saw more defensive work rate than offensive work rate for me personally, and I was shouting, Mark is my witness. I was shouting a lot in the watch along, just being like, Bruno's goal is overdue, and I'm missing a lot of that. Bruno that finds the goal. Obviously, we know that his primary role should be assisting and helping the tech, making key passes or making the assist pass. But also he needs to contribute goals wise. I feel like somebody in the chat put a statistic that said it's been 10 games or something like that, which feels like it's crazy, crazy low output, but. Given how this game went, I just want to still give him his flowers for the defensive work rate, because that's a very important part of the job as a midfielder. And he could have done better. Obviously, there was that shot that went to somebody's house near the Kenny. It hit somebody's roof. But other than that.
Park.
Exactly.
He went to Tesco's car park.
He went to the car park. So I need more offensively from him. And I think it'll come. We know the quality that he has. And Ivo says Bruno gets his goals from penalties, mate. But I feel like there's that thing, making the late run into the box. That's something that we've kind of been seeing happen a lot the last couple of games. We've seen that diagonal pass back into the midfielder that's coming in late. And Bruno needs to be one of those guys that are ready for that, just make that clean connection. And he's got the technique. It's just surprising that it hasn't been showing in terms of goals,
I think once they got their goal today, it felt like that he went quite erratic throughout the rest of the game.
Yes.
Too much composure from Bruno today. And
yes.
my biggest complaint about Bruno today was that corner in the 92nd minute. Why did he not just hold it? And instead he tried to take a shot from the most ridiculous angle when the box was full and the keeper was sat waiting to collect it, and just played it straight back at us to put us pressure, which gave them another corner we had to clear. If they'd have scored from that would have been Bruno's fault. There's no doubt about it. Someone who's captain, who's got that much experience, international, and for your club, should not be making those daft mistakes. When you look back at the United of all, like Rooney and whoever else, they would have held it in the corner. They would have kept it there. They would have just frustrated the team, and the other team would have known that it was game over. It wouldn't have mattered whether it was 3 minutes or 5 minutes extra time. It was gone because they were in the corner and they weren't getting out. And we've seen City doing it this season. Haaland and Grealish did it. I can't remember. They did it for about 3 minutes, something like that. And in the end, the referee just blew the whistle because he'd had enough. And that is the level of composure that we need to bring back. We used to see United with I know it's a different team, but we're like Neville and Rio and Vidic and, seeing out the game, just passing it across your defenders when there was nobody left, just passing it around the back, just doing everything you possibly could just to control the game. And the other team knew that they were beat. It was finished. There's no point chasing it because we're not going to get the ball back. And we've lost that. And we need to really bring that back to the team, because it's a big thing towards the end of a game, controlling it.
Anyway, thank you guys. Hold your beer. We have another surprise for you. It's coming in here very short to join the panel, but we have to shout out 10 gifted memberships. Oh my God! Oi, 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 oi. We have massive 10 gifted membership from Rush Mano. Hey, big up legend. Rush Mano just gifted 10 membership, and Danny B became a member. Maria Steyer, became a member as well. Big up Maria as well. Good to see you. Marty MUFC was gifted a membership. John Burgers, Nick S, Richie Club Sport as well. George Carderas, King of the Worlds. Was Khan was also gifted a membership here as well. And who else was gifted a membership? Was that it? I can't read everything. Am I getting blind? Was that all 10? Was that all 10? Maybe. I can just count that we are 5 points from Villa at the moment. So big up everyone. Thank you, Rushmano. Thank you so much. Give Rushmano a massive pat on the back. And guys, I want to bring in somebody to the stage. She is a pretty bird or she's a witcher bird. Vicky.
Hiya.
How you doing, Vix?
Hey, Vicky.
Hi, Vicky.
I'm okay. Bit tired. But
Me too.
that's just life, isn't it? How did you find it? I'm sorry, I missed a few minutes of the game. I was too busy talking to Stu. So
You missed the first 30 seconds
I think I missed the first 5 minutes. Sorry.
of the game.
The game or this show?
No. The show.
Oh.
Oh, no, I watched the game. I
Oh,
watched the
right.
game.
Panic
Oh
over
my
there.
god! Can you imagine if I missed the first 5 or 6 minutes? I would have lost it.
You missed the
Should've
first
given
7
it.
minutes. You'd have missed the first 2 goals.
Vicky,
Yeah.
especially for that excuse saying I was talking to Stu. Unacceptable.
Unacceptable. Yeah. Anyway.
No. Definitely watched the first few minutes. In fact, because my teenager, he had all his friends round, and then and they were playing FIFA. So I dragged them all downstairs. I go, look, Hojlund just scored, and then they saw the second goal. And then when the second half happened, they all got called in for their dinner, so they left.
Oh.
Yeah, it's fine. But I was just like, yep, sit down, boys. Watch this. It's good. I don't know. It kind of went wrong, didn't it? Because they were just being nuisances. That's all they were doing. They weren't playing quality football. They were just being there to be a nuisance.
Yeah.
And the referee went along with the crowd, and that's it. There was Luton actually went brilliant. What they did is made sure that Man United went brilliant. That was their game plan.
True. You can see the manager was frustrated. He tried to swing everything at Ten Hag, doing substitutions, Vicky. At the end of the day,
I live around the corner from him, by the way.
You do?
Yeah.
All right. Do you see him like in the Tesco shopping mall? Say hello. Hi. How you doing?
No. He shops at Sainsbury's.
Sainsbury's, sorry. Yeah. Posh.
So if we have a message for him, Vicky, we can give you a note to slide under Ten Hag's.
Yeah.
Ten Hag.
I think Luton is probably one of the worst teams in the world. So you wouldn't probably wouldn't want to talk to me. So
Yeah. But
I think they're quite a good side, actually. I think when you look at the teams they've come up against this season, I think, and the results that they've got, or the near results that they've got, I think they've just been a little bit unlucky with the experience. And they haven't got the world-class players, but they've got players who are playing well as a team together. And then they're not fighting for the manager in terms of the manager's out, but fighting for the manager because they want to do him proud. They want to do the badge proud, and they're doing everything they can. And if you look at the league at the moment, I'm not sure that they'll be one of the ones who go down at the end of the season because they've got a lot of fight in them. I suppose the only question you'd ask on that is, as it gets towards the end of the season, will they run out of energy? Because they seem to have a strong starting 11. And I don't know too much about Luton, but I don't think they've got too much strength in depth. So I think their starting 11 is really important. And Barkley was great today. And let's be honest, if they had opportunities today to score some goals, which they probably should have took. So did we, not denying that. But they had opportunities to score today. And I think that, they got 4-4 against Newcastle and they beat Newcastle 1-0. So they're no mugs. They're no mugs at all.
Nope.
I don't know if we should take that for granted.
They're only one good.
Mugs, but like at the same time, I feel like the chances that they created was not big chances to say that they were clearly going to score any goals today. There was like probably half chances at best. Yeah. I feel like, United forward line more or less kept them into the game with the chances that we missed. I don't think Luton playing well, and they're playing for the manager, and there's a team with a fighting mentality. But I mean, I don't see Luton playing like really nice football and like increasingly the same patterns of playing each game. It's like they pass the ball to the open available player, so it's more kind of like not really a system.
Okay.
They're fast paced and erratic, but they're very good at their set plays. That's all they are.
That's
it.
That's the place, and
And all they want to do is dive because they're a terrible football team.
Yeah, and the set pieces has always been the strongest weapon, and the the transition play as well, like the counter attacking. Jarvis, want to get to you as well. Like you haven't spoken for a while, and at the end of the day, like when you look at the second half, I want to get into the second half as well because that was more controlled. That was more like us seeing through the game, right? We started to play more slower down the tempo, more controlled, and it looked like we did the right substitutions, bringing in Casemiro, bringing out Casemiro, bringing in like Scott McTominay, who else, Amrabat, to make sure that we didn't concede at the end of the day. Johnny Evans, cool, composed. I think we kind of. I wasn't nervous that we're going to concede, but it's the PTSD in me that I was thinking, oh my God, here comes the set piece and they're going to be 2-2. Were your heart sitting up here at the end of the day where Ross Barkley struck that and he just went over the crossbar? Like, I was going.
I had a feeling they were going to score at the end because I think we had a really bad game, and the game plan wasn't good at all. I mentioned the pitch, and what's special with that pitch is really narrow. It's not wide, so it's not like Old Trafford. So if you shift play from one side to the other, you have a couple of seconds before you get the pressure, so you can isolate the winger 1-against-1 and stuff like that. Now we played with the two wide players. Every time we try to shift play, the pitch is so narrow, so we didn't have an extra time, so it didn't gain us any opportunities by shifting the play. So in a way, we were having two wide players, but both of them weren't involved in the game. They were only involved when we were trying to counterattack. So we were basically playing 9 against 11 a lot of the time in the game. It felt like it because Luton players were swarming us in the midfield. If it was me, I would have played 3 in the back and like the 3-5-2 formation or something to be more compact in the midfield, to be up for the aggression and the combativeness of the game. So for me, I think we should have done something differently. I would at least subbed off Rashford in halftime and put Bruno on the right, because Bruno would have inverted more and put on an extra midfielder, because Ross Barkley, okay, he was good, but it's Ross Barkley, the reject from Everton and Chelsea and whatever, How is he supposed to dominate Casemiro and Mainu and Bruno? He was so good. And I can see it. And for me, I think Ten Hag needs to be more active on the sideline and change formations. And because he do stuff, but he only do like small stuff, like subtle stuff.
Minor,
yeah. I would like him sometimes to be more involved and do direct changes to try to change the outcome of the game. But that's Ten Hag is really stubborn. He believes in his style of play and his transition game and counter-attacking game, and it gave us a lot of chances. So we should have definitely have won this game with a little bit more productivity. And
I think I hear what you're saying. I think second half was more of a tactical change. I think he got it right with the substitution. Game plan changed, and you can see we boomed chances. We had 3. How do you call it? Counter-attacking chances that we should have scored. We're talking about Bruno Fernandes. We're talking about Garnacho. We're talking about another one from Hojlund that actually scored a hat trick, right? We're talking about 60 minutes, 67 and 75 minutes, something around that. And Kaminski, the goalkeeper, I think he should be given the man of the match. He was amazing, together with what's his name, this fullback,
Lukonga.
So I'm saying, like, if you're going in the transfer market, like, forget about this. Get Lukonga. I really like Lukonga. Onana. I can see a lot of people, like, he didn't have much to do. I think he played out the back well. Okay, there was only one goal, and that wasn't really his fault. What should have done? But the way he saved it, I was laughing. He looked like an X, like this. He jumped up like an X, like this. Like if you've seen handball, right? When they're saving a penalty, they go like this, they flex around like whoop, like that. And I thought it was comedy, and I said, "No, here we go again." But I think, if you look at the whole game, right? Nothing much to do, right? Shots on target. Second half, they're 10 shots on target. Or hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knows the
We
answer.
listened to what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because you were saying the I mean, in terms of like, I don't know how the breakdown was in the first half to second half, but in total, both teams took about the same number of shots, you know. But obviously, we had more shots on target, 9 shots on target, and they had 4. And the total number of shots we took was 21, and them it was 22. So, you know.
But when it came to Onana at the end of the day, yeah, he let one in. There wasn't a clean sheet. But the rest of the game didn't do any mistakes whatsoever. It was quite all right for me. Like, it was solid. He's getting there, you know.
My problem with Onana is it's the same type of goal he keeps conceding. He comes out and he just tries to make himself big.
Yes.
But it's not composure in making himself big. He
Commanding
just
the
kind
box.
of like erratic, like sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
he's almost like not looking at the ball when he does it. He just kind of dives out. You know, there's got to be communication between him and his defender. He's either got to be convinced he's going to win it, get a punch on it, whatever he's got to do. But this, when he comes out, when he does that, all he does is opens his goal out and just leave it to the defender.
He did the
obviously, he got behind Shaw. And if Onana stays on his line, I'm not saying he would have got it, but he would have had a better chance being where he is with Shaw putting him under pressure just to get a tip over or something. And it's easy to say that, but if Onana's going to come out and punch it, fine, do that. Great, absolutely, get it cleared. But if you're not going to get there, it's pointless coming off your line, isn't it? And it's not the first time he's done it this season, so it's something he definitely needs to work on.
Some people call it starfish mode, and yeah, no. True, that is his weakness, guys. I mean, that's basically claiming the ball in the box, like, you know, coming in. You know, De Gea used to do it well, used to claim it.
Eventually
When he
first joined the team, he was really poor at it as well.
That's why I'm not feeling confident whenever we have a set piece, like, you know, in the corners, he doesn't really claim the ball, right? That's his weakness, you know. But other than that, I think it's good, right? Will he be there? Will he be the first goalkeeper in the summer? I don't know. Just play it out to the end of the year. He's definitely growing confidence, and that's what we need. Confidence FC at the moment. 4 wins in a bounce. Confidence is good. We're playing FA Cup Nottingham Forest next, right?
Fulham next.
Fulham at home. And then Forest.
Yeah.
Then City.
Guys, you know, again, I'm saying, you know, it's a cup game. Every game is a cup game. We played away and we got 3 points away, you know. I'm saying it's a good result, right? A lot of us was getting gassed in the, you know, we in the watch along, Papi. We said we're going to steamroll them. But man, to come away with 2-1 victory, it's not a bad result, right?
Not really
I admit it was one of those. I came in with the energy, feeling like, you know, we have to beat a team 4-0. When was the last time, guys, we won 5-0? The wins that Fulham and Arsenal are getting, we deserve that as a fan base too. What have we done that every time we just gotta hold our butt cheeks tight, waiting for the referee to blow the whistle? We're just crying every time for just, you know, it's 1-0 FC, or like, you know, I'm tired. I want to win convincingly one time at least this season. I think we deserve it. We've been through a lot as a fan base, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you know.
I don't think you were going to get that at Canterford Road, though.
Yeah. But Vicky, I was more like, you know, the other teams have suffered, but this is our chance. We're finally getting in a little bit of a groove. You know, our attacking front line is clicking. So that chemistry is the one that was giving me that hope, you know. And
you know what? It was
right.
all the whole thing where higher up teams lost points, and normally Man United fall under that, and they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got to admit, the youth were the main part of play to keep that happen today, and the more experienced players did not.
No, we scored 15 goals in our last 5 games.
Yep, 15 goals.
That's an average of 3 goals a game, which is definitely where we
better than 1-0.
We weren't seeing goals. We weren't seeing them. We were getting, when it wasn't 1-0, Vicky. That's the point. It was 1.
Yeah.
And then we were conceded, so it was 1-1.
Yeah.
So now we're getting the goals, which given us that advantage, and we 3 would have been better today and should have been. This should have been a good result today. And the fans are complaining because we want more. But at the end of the day, they need to look at the whole picture of how well Luton's done this season, and look at the teams they've played against. And we need to walk away from this saying it wasn't a bad day at the office. It feels like a bad day at the office because we took such an early commanding win with such a dominant display from the first whistle until about the 9th minute. And after that, they just kind of went, "Oh, actually, this is our ground. You're not supposed to do that here. We'll show you what we're supposed to do here." And they had us backs against the walls, and we were not ready to defend against Luton or whoever you want to say. We were not ready to deal with that came at us.
Yeah, I feel like we got ourselves that situation, don't Phil, because in my honest opinion, if Rashford done a better job in doing his job as an attacker today, then they would not have their chances to bump forward. You see,
but not only Rashford, but Garnacho as well.
Yeah, well, I was mentioning Garnacho. If he had made his decisions well, we would be up 4-1 in the first half.
You don't think Rashford made some good runs?
When
he did.
Like, I saw him bursting through the middle. He was making runs through the middle. He was making runs down the wing. I'm not saying he had the greatest game, but you could say that was because of the way that they played. We've already said about the three centre backs that they played well on that Lokonga. They were playing.
Talking about Rashford though, because Rashford is this player who, for me, he's the talisman of Manchester United. That's how I look at him. He went in number 10. And I mean, I might be critical of him, but at the end of the day, if he don't have a good game, United will struggle. And for all the talent that he have and for the poster boy that he is, this is Luton. I mean, fair enough, Luton having a good run, but Luton Luton defenders aren't Manchester City defenders. They aren't Liverpool defenders. They aren't the top of the echelon of defense who Rashford is usually get by easily. So I'm saying it's more on like player execution need to improve.
I would just say that Lokonga had a great game. Lokonga defensively had a great game. Kaminsky. Go ahead, Vicky.
Can I just say it's Kenningford Road. Like that literally is, you've got 12 players on the pitch, you don't have 11. They literally are on top of you. They are literally hounding you. And yeah, Rashford's got confidence issues right now. I don't think that would have helped. But can I just ask, like, I saw Eriksen getting warmed up. So when I came into the second half, I was like, I was expecting Eriksen to come on and not Scott McTominay, because I thought that they needed some defensive composure, but they put on McTominay, and I don't think that was a good decision personally. What's going on with Eriksen?
He's been scoring goals for us, hasn't he? Let's be honest. He's the highest goal scorer of the season. No matter what anybody says, you cannot take that out of his gameplay. And he was interviewed midweek several times, and each time he said, people are asking, he's struggling to start McTominay. He's like, yeah, absolutely. He's bringing a lot to the game, sort of thing. Today, I don't think he brought too much to the game. But at the time when he brought him on, we were getting absolutely dominated in midfield. And to bring Eriksen on, yeah, he brings composure, but he's more with his forward pass as opposed to his defensive play. We've criticised Eriksen quite a few times this season for his lack of defensive ability, and Scott brings more of that to the game than Eriksen does. If he were a little bit more in command, then we'd have had a chance to break through and play forward passes to the likes of Rashford or Garnacho or Hojlund, then absolutely bring Eriksen on. But at that time, we needed to just hold the midfield firm and just put a bit of strength in and just get a little bit of the composure back in the game. And I'm not saying Scott was great because he wasn't, but was that because the rest of the team weren't? Casemiro, should he have still been on the pitch? We know it should have been a second yellow, but I'm not sure the first one was. I think it was a weak yellow, if you like, the first one, which is why I think
Kobe Mainos yellow as well. He was on the ball. He never touched.
That was it was an immense tackle, and Ten Hag's come out after the game, and he has told the reason he said he subbed Maguire and Casemiro was because he said that he feared the referee was about to give him another yellow, both of them.
Yeah, the referee was definitely following the crowd and making poor decision after poor decision. I
did feel Casemiro went for us, though. He definitely could have gone.
Yep. Guys, this is very good. Brendan Chappell, you're actually reading my mind, right? 12 games to play now, right? We're sitting quite sweet. We are hunting right now. But look, Villa and Spurs, they're playing each other as well. Villa and Spurs are playing each other on March 10th. That game was supposed to be, that's been postponed, right? So has there been a date set on 10th of March? You look at who Spurs are playing. You look at who's Villa is playing. Spurs have a tough game fixtures. Spurs being Spursy, they lost Wolves, love what Wolves did, but I'm with Scholesy on this one. Scholesy said he's confident United will finish on top, above Spurs and Villa. I ain't not gonna get giddy, but at the end of the day, 3 points, maximum 9 points so far since the international break. That is something, right? We should pat ourselves on the back. Away victory again. Guys, what more can we ask for? Yeah, we didn't score 4-1. We could have scored 4-5-1, but at the end of the day, what you say, it's their home ground. It's that small little tight spaces where they keep hounding you. I think at the end of the day, I take this victory because that's what matters for me. It's 3 points on that board, right? Any comments, guys?
Yeah, they're a nuisance and a liability, so they're absolutely pants. And it's good for Man United.
Yeah. And Vicky, you like Kobe Maino, you're the serenity in this storm.
He's just so ice cool. I mean, I swear to God, he's gonna have. Has there actually got a chant from yet? There isn't, is there? Not when I went.
I don't know. I was thinking of a chant for
one soon.
Yeah,
it's gotta be.
I was thinking of a chant, like, you know, when in the middle of the breaks between the stream, and I was going 30 seconds, that insane. Rasmus Hojlund scores again. It's like, I lost it. Like, it replaced that Anthony Martial for Hojlund there. Like 30 seconds, he scores. And the second goal, when you see that Garnacho is actually shooting, and you thought, like, this is a deflection. But when you look at it, it's deliberate. He's chesting it in. Guys, what, Phil, what did you do? Like, what a goal. That's a striker's goal.
Forgive me if I don't join in.
Oh, no, don't.
Turn your camera off. You got a man.
No, because the only thing, if I do that, it's a bit like when what's his name was doing the thing.
Oh, yeah.
God. Oh, don't.
Louis, what's his name? The celebration.
Diaz.
Yeah, no, not.
Douglas Luiz.
Douglas Luiz, yes.
Douglas Luiz. Sorry, my bad.
Can we point out Hojlund, though, being the youngest player to score in six successive appearances?
8 out of 8.
He's got such a good
Younger
mentality as
than
well.
Haaland, by the way.
Yeah, better than Haaland. Would rather triple captain Hojlund over Haaland this weekend. Not that I did.
It's something that can't be taken away from him, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's one of those things you hear all. And I'm not saying Hojlund is better than Haaland at this stage, but he's got the attributes to be able to become such a good player and a talisman for United. We just need to keep playing the ball. See, one of the things that's changed for me the most about since he started scoring goals, watch all the goals back, right? Nearly every single one of them, there are 3 or 4 other United players in the box. And I was ranting on about this last season, saying we're getting nobody in the box. But the minute you start getting players in the box around, he's got that chance because the defenders and defensive midfielders coming back don't know who to mark. Whereas in the past, it's easy to just put 3-on-1. But now we're getting players in the box. They're having to make those decisions. So people saying, like, Rashford isn't making his runs, Garnacho's not doing nothing. You look at how they're impacting play off the ball as well, because that's a massive part of the game. And you look how Hojlund's goals have come, and look who's around him in all those games. Yes, Jarvis.
Yeah, you are spot on. But what you also need to mention is the off the ball movement, because when we do our runs completely, we drag the players out of position and make extra space for Hojlund. But today I felt was a step back for Hojlund. Yeah, he scored 2 goals. That was fantastic. But you could see on his shirt it was brown and green from the pitch, and that he was wrestling today because we were playing long balls to him. He was all alone when he received the ball. He lost the ball. I think it was 6 or 7 times when I read the stats. His pass completion is really low. The last 3 to 4 games he's been in almost in the 90 percentile when it comes to pass completion. But today he was down there. So today was a step back. We saw the old Hojlund that we saw before Christmas, wrestling against the opposition all the time and trying to create chances by himself, all alone. So I think Hojlund, yeah, he's been immense. He's been taking giant steps and become better. But the team needs to help him out. And today it was more of an individual thing than a team performance for me.
I want to echo for what you just said, Jarvis, and say I remember seeing that site and remarking that this is what a Manchester United player at work should be like. The dirty shirt means you've been.
Yeah,
I get it. Like, he didn't get a lot of help from his teammates, but that is what we want to see. And for me, anytime we wear that white kit, that should be the benchmark. Anybody who has a clean jersey after the game, they shouldn't get in the team bus.
Get off, walk home. By the way, I hear what you're saying there, but I think I saw that differently, Jarvis, and I saw it differently, Papi as well. Bots. For me, he was the man of the match. He worked his socks off again, no service, managed to score 2 goals. He came off huffed and puffed. He was absolutely knackered at the end of the day, right? The way he was holding up the ball, he was holding up. It's a small pitch, man. It's like playing Division 3, Jarvis. Like, when you're playing that small pitch and you're all muddy and dirty. That's the beautiful sight to see when he comes up all muddy, dirty shirt. It means they put in a shift. And I got to ask you, Papi, one thing. Right, Papi, are you there?
I'm here.
For Hojlund, who? Hojlund. Hojlund, who? What happened to the robot?
The robot is malfunctioning. Somebody hit factory settings. What's going on? 2024. Hojlund owns it. Rasmus Hojlund is a 2023 thing right now. Erling Haaland is a 2023 thing, and Rasmus Hojlund owns 2024. That's what I want to say.
So I want to round up this by asking the panel, where's the ceiling for Hojlund at the moment? Where do you see his development?
Ceiling in terms of number of goals?
Yeah, his potential. I start with you, Vicky. Number of goals. Me and Jarvis, we said it always, don't put expectations on the kid. But now, there's, as what you said, that is 6 consecutive, the youngest player. He beat Anelka from Arsenal 1998.
Thierry Henry.
And Thierry Henry. He's 8 out of 8 goals. He's basically scoring once every goal at the moment. So
sort of reminds me of sort of like an Ollie Watkins kind of vibe right now. That if with the season that he's done so far and how he's turned it around, if you were going to go put him up for sale right now, would he be over 72 million? Yes, he would be.
Yeah, he would be. Yep.
So it's an investment and it's worth its money. That's how I put it.
The question is, in terms of going in the summer, right? We see that we have a young striker. We paid 70 million for him. He is developing. I mean, if you've seen his career, it's been rapid. In the interviews, he spent 1 year in Copenhagen senior football. Then he spent 1 year at FC Sturm Graz and played quarter of a season with Atalanta, and then bang into Manchester United. Getting into the big stage, understanding the culture. He's a massive Man United supporter and starting to deliver, right? I don't see us. This is my personal opinion. I don't see us getting a 30-year-old striker, to play the number 1 fiddle. I think keep developing Hojlund, but build the team around him with the midfield. Jarvis, what's your thoughts and feelings regarding this? Where do you see the ceiling of Hojlund? Are we starting to see something magical, or should we not stop? Should we just stop hyping it right now?
Yeah, if you understood what I mentioned earlier, it's about the team surrounding him and helping him out, because he needs help. He's not like a brilliant technician. His close technique, his dribbling is not all that, but he's good enough, and his finishing is good. But he's not like a Benzema or other top strikers, but he has a lot to do to come that way. But I like him, and I think his ceiling is not limited. He can go as high as possible, but he needs more help from the team. What I mentioned about this today was more of a wrestling game for him, because we have seen now the earlier game, when his body shape when he received the ball is he receives it and turns, but today he just received the ball and it goes backwards and he needs to wrestle off the defender. So today was a different Hojlund that you than the other 3 games before that. And why is he turning like this? It's because he have people running around him and open up space, and the off the ball movement is better. But today it wasn't. We were playing long balls over the midfield, and the midfield were just waiting there to absorb the next attack from Luton. So we weren't we didn't have the courage enough to play Luton in a way. Yeah.
At the end of the day, I did a funny preview today when I did no retreat, no surrender. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it was the opening, like, you know, so it is you, the son, or is it not? He goes like, what makes the difference? This time is different. And that's what I'm saying, like, you know, was Van Damme, like, you know, they play that, you know, the Russian fighter, like, you know, have you seen that movie? No retreat, no surrender. It's so funny. Like, for me, at the end of the day, it's something different, you know. It's something different that we, you know, we have a young striker that is going to be there for 5, 6, 10 years, right? Who knows, right? We have Garnacho also raw. We have a lot of young players that are raw, right? So the ceiling for me is have no expectation, just let the boy cook. But I agree what you're saying there, Jarvis, as well. It's all about building that team around that striker and service the striker. And at the moment, we know that Eriksen is going out, you know, Casemiro might stay, not stay. It's going to be an interesting summer. So I just want to hear from you, like, you know, what do you think? Should we get another secondary striker in, and what type of striker should that be? Start with you, Phil Standish.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, you can't just keep relying on one player. You know, you've got to build a team, and with having the new board in place that we're putting in place, at least, by the time that it comes to the transfer window, they've got to be in place ready, and it really looks as though they're going to be. And so, because of that, I think we'll be investing in a different way. I think we're seeing United starting to play on the pitch. I know that everyone talks about styles of play, and we're not seeing too much of that. And you can put that down to a change of personnel all the time because of availability for whether it's age, whether it's red cards, whether they're being cropped or injured sort of thing. But I think bringing a second striker in is really important. Whether it's someone who's got a bit more experience that can take that away from, whether it can take that pressure away from Hojlund. But I think if you bring someone in who's equally as young with about the same experience, you're not actually removing the pressure in any way. And so I think if you're bringing somebody in, it's got to be someone like a bit more experienced. I don't mean like, I'd love to see Osimhen because we know his quality, but I don't want to see the club now spending 140 million on one player with this new team in place in the board. I just want to see us start spending a bit more wisely. So yeah, I'd like to see, and Ivan Toney's still scoring for fun. When his team aren't doing nothing, he's still scoring. I'm not saying we bring him in, but that, Ollie Watkins, he's such a good player this season. He's absolute quality. If we could get him from Villa, it's not going to happen, but if we could, that sort of player is absolutely brilliant. Fit our
Solanke
really well.
Solanke.
I don't think he's got enough about him. I think he's doing enough for his team, but I think I don't
know, guys. I thought Cooper was excellent today from as well from Luton. Like the guy that scored the first goal, like the number 9, Cooper.
Cooper.
That's
not his name, bro.
What's his name?
Calvin.
Woodrow.
Number 9.
Morris.
Number 9.
Morris.
Calvin Morris. Oh, fuck. What did I say? Cooper. Jesus.
He was all right, but we're talking about Man United and we're talking about going forward to new levels. So
yeah.
Respectfully, we shouldn't be looking at the likes of Luton's strikers.
Nope.
Who wasn't there
he have more goals than Ollie Watkins this season.
Pardon?
He has more goals than Ollie Watkins this season.
But is that because is he sharing the goals in the team?
I mean, in my opinion, I think Dominic Solanke is a better choice than Ollie Watkins. He would suit our system better. He's a more prolific goal scorer. I mean, it's just a way. I think Dominic. I mean, if you look at Ollie Watkins' goals, it's like he scored one in every 4 games he played. You know what I mean? If you look at his goals, he scored a brace today, but 4 last games prior, he hasn't got a goal. So that's how it comes in like patches.
Got a goal and assist in his last game.
Purple patch here, You know what I mean? But look at the amount of games he hasn't scored in before this game and the game before.
Okay.
You know, before he played United,
he's third on the list, Mark, in terms of like a top goal scorer so far this season.
From today, because he scored a brace today, but before today he was like 6th. I mean, you had it in the Friday night cahoots, bro. So
yeah, I know. You know your stats.
Anyway, I think he's. If I talk about Rasmutas, I'm mesmerized by Rasmutas so far, but I'm not going to get. Hello.
Sorry, Elliot wanted to say hello.
Hi, Elliot.
Nice to see you. Oh.
Hey.
G'day, Elliot. How's it going?
Oh my god! Hi. Oh my god.
How do you feel about today's victory, Elliot?
They said, "How do you feel about today's victory?"
Good.
He's a teenage boy. He's not a man for words.
But I feel like we could have done better with the open goals being missed.
Yeah, the open goals being missed. Yeah, he was getting very frustrated with Garnacho. So
that's honest opinion.
Elliot, was that your steak the other day?
Yeah, that was his steak.
That was a good steak. I was very jealous.
Oh my god!
Steak.
Yeah, he's done it properly as well. He puts the herbs in and butter and he bastes it properly.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was a good steak. I could see it.
United.
There you go.
Oh yeah, he nicked my blue sharp shirt straight away.
Holding it.
He nicks all my shirts. To be fair, they're my. Love you too.
Can you ask Elliot if he wants Harry Kane if he comes back to the Premier next season? According to Stu
no,
Williams?
he said no because he's like a trophy killer. He's gone now, but that's what he says. He's a trophy killer.
Smart kid.
Can I just say, Ollie Watkins has got 13 goals and 12 assists this season in the Premier League.
Yeah, but he's just that's his opinion.
He's a trophy killer.
I swear to God, though, that kid, he's got some nuts about him because he openly admits that Bruno is his favourite player. All his profile pictures of Bruno, and he takes every bit of stick and he just holds it. Because Bruno is one of the most criticised players of all time, and when you're with amongst the 13 and 14-year-olds, it's just how does he holds it? He owns it much better than I could ever could.
Listen, Rajat is coming in here, and Rajat's coming and say Hojlund over Haaland, and I'm instantly thinking about you, Jarvis, because you and me, we are both Radiohead fans, right? Massive Radiohead fans, and there's a song that's called "Creep." And whenever I see Haaland, I think, I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here?
My 18-year-old's a massive fan. Yeah, so we hear it all the time. Yeah, true.
He's like, he doesn't belong there. Like, and he's just a robot scoring goals for fun. Like, he's going to be gone to Real Madrid or something. Anyway, big up. Anyway, there's 50, 60 of you just tuned in right now. Please hit that like button, smash. It's been a long day for me. I'm absolutely exhausted. It is 4:00 in the morning. We won this game. I'm over the moon. That is smashing 4 in a row. I cannot be more happier than this. Top 4 is on. It's on. If you asked me over the new year, back then I was feeling this is it. Khalas, dead. But all I want to say is I feel happy. I'm going to wake up tomorrow, Monday, another Monday, buzzing. Whoop, 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 whoop. And we're going to do like this, Vicky, like, like what's his name, Luis Costa celebration?
I can't do it. I'm 40 years old. They're gone.
Congratulations. I'm not going to do it. You don't want to see my man boobs. Come on. Anyway, I don't have any.
Still have you for that, asking me to do that. He'll get mad with you.
Tomorrow, guys, you have something exciting, Jarvis, to say. We have something special tomorrow.
Yeah. We have a lot of good guests coming on tomorrow. I'm not sure if anything is confirmed yet. I think
it is.
Oh, it is. It is confirmed.
It is confirmed.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have an ex-United player. Come on, Vicky, you can tell him.
You've got an ex-Man United player coming on tomorrow.
Huh?
Yeah.
We do.
Oh my God!
And you guys are going to be talking about a very good subject that doesn't get spoken about, and it's going to be about agents.
Yep.
Oh, I think it's a very exciting
Well, it's going to be a good show. So people remember to tune in 9 p.m. UK. Jarvis's corner with Stu Wally, me. I don't know if Mick, are you going to be there, Mick?
Am I invited?
You're always invited. It's your channel, man.
Am I allowed to come?
You are allowed. Yeah.
Have I been a good boy?
That would be fantastic. And ex-United players and Stu Wally, Wooly. That will be great.
Willy.
I just want to say one thing. Coming up the next week, next Saturday, we have Fulham coming up. So a question to the panel. You can talk about it. But how do you see us coming to that game? And do you think Ten Hag will have to work on something specific this week to improve and to beat that Fulham team? Because I expect the game to be a little bit similar, because Fulham is full of energy and aggression and like a compact midfield. We have Andreas Pereira, for example, and Pete Reed, and a lot of good guys, and Paulinho. So, do you think we are up for it?
Yes,
I reckon. Yeah, I reckon it's going to be a lot of toxic chats about the left back all week. It's going to be like that all week, but can't be going into a positive mindset. Let's go make it toxic and talk about our left back situation.
I mean, Fulham lost, right, at home. 1-2.
Yeah.
Yes.
Villa got him. Boom.
No, you're all right. No, you're right. I'm thinking about something else. No,
Ollie Watkins
you're
scored
right.
a brace. So yeah.
Yeah, he scored 2. I mean,
good,
yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
this is
bonus points coming.
We got OT, right?
Can I just comment on your question, George? My major concern today was mentality. You know, to have 3 in a win. You know, third time lucky to have that. To come in to a lesser team, to become complacent, to underestimate was my biggest concern. We got that over the line. Now we're playing at Old Trafford. Everyone's going to be buzzing. It's going to be I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, according to my opinion. Right? I know they got Paulinho, everything else, but away at United, Old Trafford, pumped up, 4 in a bounce. I don't see it, guys. I don't want to give my score prediction, but I see it's going to be a 5th in a bounce. Please, footballing gods, forgive me for jinxing it.
Playing every game like a cup final. Worked really well last season, so let's just hold that mentality just like it is.
Yeah. I just want to hear Mark and Phil's opinion and Papi's opinion. What do Ten Hag need to work on this week to prepare for the game? What can we improve from this game? Because there was a lot of errors and we didn't play well. Let's face it.
I think we need to work on composure and mentality. I think that then brings better passes and more control of the game. You know, you've heard Ten Hag so many times in interviews saying it's not what we've been practicing. It's not the composure. It's not what was that? And better when what? Paulinho has a red card.
Yeah, he's out. Oh, suspended.
For us.
Well,
good for us.
But at the end of the day, that can mess with your mind the other way as well, can't it? Look at what happened today against Luton. They lost their striker with about in the warm up, and we probably thought that probably messed our game head a little bit. But against Fulham, I think we need to work on mentality and composure. We spoke about several things to do with composure recently in today's show, and we've shown it in several games recently where we're lacking composure once we get the lead. Or even when we're trying to just get the first goal sort of thing, we just need to be a little bit more composed on the ball. And I think Casemiro is getting older, there's no doubt about it. But we've seen the last couple of games now. Say again?
32 this week.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's what I'm saying. You know, when you look at Kobe Mainoo, who's like 18, and you're looking at Casemiro, you're looking at completely two opposite ends of the scale. And you're looking at one who's starting his career and one who's ending it, and they're playing next to each other on the pitch. I wouldn't be surprised if Casemiro was given a game off, because there's in the last couple of games he's put some reckless tackles in which could have cost us with yellows or reds. Not dirty, just ill, poor timed, a bit slow sort of thing. Whether that is his age or fitness or whatever, I'm not sure. But I just think that he's not bringing what he brought last season to the game. So I would like to see Ten Hag be working on a plan B in the midfield, whether that be Eriksen or dare I say Scott.
Yeah.
I think we are Old Trafford in the next game, right? If I'm right.
Yeah, that's right.
I think we should be composed. We at home. We have the backing of the fans. We're on 4 games winning streak in the Premier League. I don't think composure will be an issue. I think maybe we might need to bench a few of the starting players in this game, maybe just to send a message to them, probably. I think they're a little bit too nonchalant in their approach to games. I feel like the last 2 games, we were playing a more consistent game, a more controlled game. I feel like some of the players get comfortable. It's the same thing Bruno said a few weeks ago. He said it live. After we go 2-0 up, guys on the left and the right of me, they decide that they want to just go gung-ho and try to score goals themselves rather than pass for the team. And we saw it again today. So it's like, for me, maybe we bench either one of the wingers to start the next game and bring them on in second half and send them a message.
How about giving Amad Diallo a chance? Football power with Papi?
Maybe.
Ahmad definitely deserves a little bit of, but I don't know if this is the game to bring him in. Maybe not as a starter, definitely, but maybe later on in the game. It's about time he gets a chance. But I as we were talking, I was just quickly glancing at Fulham's form, and Chelsea did the double over Fulham this season. If Chelsea can do it, why can't we? Come on, like seriously, they and also the other thing is their away form is not particularly very impressive. Like when I try and trace it back, like obviously as Mick has mentioned, they lost 2-1 to Villa at home. But in terms of their away form, you have to kind of just really struggle to figure out the last time they did well away. They've been getting draws and sort of losses. And that's just been the thing that gives me some hope, a little bit of solace that maybe we can actually cook versus Fulham. We know. I always go back to that game, and it was a cup game where there was all the flurry of cards. Even Marco Silva got a red a card as well. But that was a while ago, and we know that it's a tough team. Before that moment where we got those flurry of cards, like for Fulham, it was very balanced, and it can go either way. And yeah, I feel Ten Hag, to answer the question, Jarvis, is like, what does he have to do? We have to figure out that Luke Shaw absence is the one that's going to sort of like also determine things, because we know from our injured list right now, the players that we know for sure is Malacia, Martinez, Martial, Wan-Bissaka, and Mason Mount. His career has not started yet. But on the Fulham side, it's Raul Jimenez. And so we're relatively like in a worse position in terms of looking at the injury list, so the players that are not available for us. So it's gonna be not a steamroll. It's gonna be a very, very tight game, but I think we can do it. We have the minerals to do it. Ten Hag, don't put Amrabat at left back. No. But whatever you do, it has
probably
to
start Lindelof. We will probably start Lindelof there, and if there's anyone you could utilize, is Amrabat as a Casemiro replacement instead. But it's at the end of the day, Rushman is coming in here with some breaking news from David Ornstein. They're saying that Dan Ashford has asked to leave Newcastle amid of interest from Manchester United in making the sporting director. Basically, he received an offer. That's what in HR, what you do, you negotiate, you have an interviews, and then you receive an offer, you accept the offer, and then you give notice. That is what's going on here.
I'm afraid of this happening.
Interesting. They're going to mean a lot. I just want to say a quick, when it comes to Luke Shaw's absence, it's very... It hurts us a lot, because when we use Luke Shaw a lot when we're playing out from the back because of the angles with the left foot, and you could see on the heat map from today's game that actually our right side is our best attacking output, with Garnacho and Dowell, with Mainu helping them out, creating triangles on the right side. So basically we have been good on the right side, but now our left side is bad. So we're never good on both sides in a game. So
sometimes maybe good, sometimes.
but we need to solve that left side. That's very important. But we don't have any good options. Do we have any left feet players?
Yeah, Craig Warby, Anthony. Trust me. I went mental. I went mental on you, Mark Nurse, when you actually said, you sent me, this is my predicted 11, and he put Anthony Dos Santos.
Johnny Evans was there too, next to Maguire, wasn't he?
He was. But talk to us. Why would you pick Anthony as a left back? Like Craig Warby
I
said.
feel like he's decent defensively, decent enough to manage. You know what I mean? He's gonna have a responsible central defensive midfielder, defensive midfielder, and defender who have both experience next to him. You know, he just providing backup, and he left-footed. He could defend well, he could track well, and he could go forward and provide something going forward. I mean, it mightn't be ideal to put him in left back, but it would work. It would solve the problem.
Yeah, big up Sparkers Curly Prem. Welcome. I haven't seen your name before. Rajat is saying Anthony for left wing back. Could we?
All right, I know who that is as well.
Sorry, did I say something wrong? And did I read something?
No. I just don't know who that is.
I don't know either. But anyway, big up.
No, I know who it is. It's Darren. Hi, Darren.
I say, is it Darren? Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome, Darren. Anyway, listen, Craig is saying he agrees with you. Big facts. Anthony would have get eaten alive. He's not defensively minded.
He's the best defensive winger we have in the club.
Yeah, he's more defensive than he is like quality of showing himself in the box, isn't he?
True.
Anyway, guys, it's been amazing win today. If I do compare,
it's great though because other teams haven't done that. Can we just like bigger teams haven't done it? Yeah, enjoy it.
Yeah. But this is what we call the fan forum debate. Like, you know, we got to have opinions. We got to celebrate when we win, but we also got to, I mean, when we have opinions, it's all about, we want the best for the team. It's having high standards, right? So, you know, I take this win. I see positives. I see the faults. At the end of the day, I want us to get into fourth. It would be massive, or fifth. You know, that will give us like, you know, Champions League, and that means massive for the club moving forward. So big up Sparky as well, Darren. Evening to you. Trevor Wade, Shaw's overlapping is immense. Unfortunately, no other players can do what he can do. Yes, true. Any final words, Jarvis, before we kill the shop? Tomorrow is a big day for you, and we heard we're going to get an ex-Man United player come in to talk to us. I have no idea what you're going to talk about. I've been slaving in the kitchen today. I've been making all this graphic. I've been doing the player ratings. The website is live. You can read all the news. Go mufcrealist.tv. So today we broke the virginity of doing, sorry about that, but doing the player rating, and it worked. It was magical. Mark, you were there supporting me. Thank you for controlling the chat. I wish I could be a Swedish octopus with 8 tentacles, but I'm not that guy. It's just me. It is me, Papi. I haven't seen
2 hands like Onana. Unfortunately,
starfish. But I haven't seen you for ages, and it's so good to see your smiley, happy face, man. And I know you've been super busy. You've been handling a production, big theater production. You're back on track. He's back in Boston.
Well, back in the natural habitat, baby. Come on, you know. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that we could all assemble, all 6 of us. So I had a great time, and I hope that the people that are tuned in also enjoyed this therapy hour that we've been having. Make sure you hit the like button, guys. It's only right to do so. Hit the like button and don't be a glazer and be greedy, you know. That's what I want to say. Jarvis, is it Wergost? Who's can you give us the first letter? Who's the player that's coming tomorrow? Is it
I won't say. You have to tune in tomorrow night, 9 p.m. UK. Just
all
tune
right,
in.
I'll hit the notification bell, I guess. All right.
Papi, it's not, where goes that horse has bolted? I tell you that. He's gone. He's gone. Yeah. You know, it's going to be interesting for see from a player's perspective, 100%. I don't know what you guys have planned. You just let me know. I create the magic, the graphic, the magic sauce. You are the content. If I'm invited to my own show, I'll come. I'll be there.
I think you'll really enjoy it. It's just an untouched subject, really.
Are you going to be there?
I don't like going online on a Monday. I did it last Monday because it was my YouTube husband's birthday. But I will be in the chat. But yeah, it's just, when do you get to chat about different things about football? I feel like every channel talks about pretty much the same thing. Tomorrow's just going to be new, different, exciting. I'd join in if I was you.
Okay, I join in. But I would just sit in the background because I've been working hard this weekend. It's Jarvis's corner. It is his control. I'll be the guest, you know. I really enjoyed it, you know.
Do you like a Jarvis corner?
I see the VAR room are really trying to figure out who it is. I give you one hint, but only one hint, and I won't say anymore. He only has 8 games for Man United.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but there's a reason why. He had a horrific accident. Sorry. Wow, sorry. Ooh.
He gave it away. Pretty sure.
Oh, you're Nigalo.
We go and call his name just
You can't kiss and
Pretty
tell,
sure.
can you?
Yeah, bro, you got Craig, like
I
you have a
think
Man
it's
United
been-
encyclopedia on speed dial.
No,
But
come on.
I just want to say I'm
Sorry.
sorry that I say only 8 games. You know, I'm selling him short. So yeah, imagine 8 games for Man United. The club
Okay,
below.
guys, you just have to figure out. You just have to wait and see. Tune in tomorrow. Spoiler alert. And it ain't Stu Volleyball either because he never played for Manchester United. I can guarantee you that. It ain't Henrik Larsson either. Anthony Martial is coming on. That's it. If we can get Vidic on, that'd be amazing, guys.
I
Imagine
heard
getting
that Anthony Martial was on the Masked Singer yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, it ain't Bayander
VR.
either because he only played 1 game so far. That's a clue.
Tom Heat. He's former Man United player, 8 games. We don't know the year. We don't know if it's a cup competitions or Premier League games. This is tough. We just have to tune in tomorrow.
Just have to tune in tomorrow.
That's it.
Yeah.
Having to say
Nick,
that.
if we are wrapping up right now, I'm just going to tell everybody to jump over to United Real Therapy. I'm doing the show with Nuruddin and Bombaye and everybody. So if you want to hear more
Bombaye.
from Jarvis, feel free to tune in.
Yeah.
Didn't
Everyone
know
beautiful
that channel
people.
existed. Sorry.
It's still baby. No, it's not baby. Listen, go and this is a collaboration channel. This is Mr. Structure, Nuruddin, Jarvis is a regular there. I sometimes pops in, but it's too late for me now. I really appreciate everyone that's coming in here with positive energy. It's been a fantastic show. Vicky, Phil Standish, honor to see you again, sir. You know, it's good to see you. You did right. You did really well on Football Terrace as well. So yeah, say hello to the boys as well. 2nd time in a row, right? Third. Our boy is cooking.
Hat-trick.
He is cooking.
Hat-trick.
Yeah.
Can we see
Hojlund next. Hojlund hat-trick
I always
incoming.
try to troll him while he live, but he's staying
Hojlund
on
hat-trick
vision.
incoming. Yeah.
Anyway, beautiful people, thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Rushmano, for your beautiful membership gifting. Everyone that hit the like and subscribe, that participated in the voting system as well. This was the first time I was nervous. Adios, amigos. Bailando, and take care. Until the next time, love you all. Glory, glory, Manchester United. That's all, folks. Take it easy. Bye for now.
That's all, folks.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.